So just want to quickly address what is the focus of what the Buddha taught? What is the essence of it? How can we encapsulate it in a simple way so you can get a sense of where we're heading and how we're orientating? There's a story where he walked out into the forest with some other monks. He bent down and he picked up a handful of leaves, and he said to the monks, "Which is more, all the leaves and all the trees in the forest, or the handful of leaves I hold in my hand?" And the monk said, "Lord, you've got a lot more leaves on the trees in the forest than there are leaves in your hand." So then the Buddha replied, "That which I've seen and understood can be compared to all the leaves and all the trees in the forest. That which you need to know for the liberation of your hearts can be compared to the handful of leaves that I hold in my hand." So what this is pointing to is the fact that there are many, many truths out there. It's a very complicated situation because many, many things are true, fascinating and true, but they're not necessarily pertinent or relevant to the process of your liberation. This point in and of itself can lead to many years of time wasted, whereas the Buddha gives this opportunity for us to discover a laser focus on what's actually important. And it's this laser focus that I hope to try and emulate as best I can. So what is the laser focus on? Well, in the Buddhist tradition, the laser focus is principally on learning to become independent in the teacher's dispensation. That is to say, to become free from the need to resort to ideology or prescribed, previously thought out ideas or positions about what life's about, but rather to be reliant on one's immediate and direct experience, so that wisdom, understanding is born out of each moment, each and every moment, and also let go of and relinquished in each and every moment, because there's a trust in the power of that attunement, so there's no need to be holding on to anything anymore. This is the kind of freedom that's being pointed to, and the way that this is done is fundamentally through establishing the 4 foundations of mindfulness, which we're going to be going into in a lot more depth, but in very broad terms, it's about learning to become a reader of the body and mind, the interior impression of a subject, the interior impression of me-ness, and how that relates to the apparent external world of otherness, other things, other people, outsideness and insideness, the subject and the object, the who is and the what is, the relationship between these two. We're going from what is sometimes described as vijnana, divided knowing, to jnana, which is pure knowing, knowing of the unified field as opposed to the fragmented field. Whatever our view is of life, then it's a view that, is going to be challenged and ultimately undone if and as we grow. How could it be otherwise? We wouldn't want things to remain familiar. We want to discover the new, and this is what this teaching enables. But it's very much a teaching that focuses on a process of personal responsibility. We're not spoon-feeding here. We're not taking anything away. Rather, we're trying to enable self-possession, so you can become the uniqueness, the genius, the fulfilled potential of you-ness, and be free. Free, like says in the Bible. I know I'm a Buddhist here using a Christian reference, but it's a quote that I like. It goes, "My heart is set free like birds that have escaped the snare of fowlers." So this focus that I'm going to be trying to communicate through this website that the Buddha points to is the key for springing the lock that gives rise to feelings of claustrophobia and unfulfilled potential that many of us suffer from. And it's my wish that that lock be sprung.